And fine, you may be going per the medical report, this, that, the other, but it doesn't take away the fact, as you yourself have confirmed, said through the resilience and he was still working. Emma or the call Tamale. Sebi, one cast or the call Tamale. But he kept working through it all. And no nema would be about me call Tamale no. But near yes, we are catching on his old Tamale who could dear Adrian Bonibi. The could do who dear Adrian Bonibi. Ain't no, my name Pim, baby, I will see. Also, will call it for investigation. No, na me maning yes, I feel ube did in Crofwatem. No. Because there was a subtle insult in there to Captain Smart. Now there's a subtle insult in there to the general public. We will not tolerate it. So I didn't know one more castle. He was just 45. But of course, he was just 45. Me could do 48. Men castle massa, my God forbid, touch you. Have I not died just at the age of 48? Very young. Can I see so be the do kunata? Obi any na temu wa haye. Yabasira.
Some 90 years, Omunya better opportunity in life than him. So I won't say what is not there. As far as I'm concerned, my husband was sick. I know the sickness. I won't lie, and that's what I know. It killed him. So if anybody know anything, I want to know.
And you see,
so
this is where the way I think and the way many Ghanaians think are different. You know, my husband died. I know the sickness. Queen Elizabeth, Sebe, no disrespect to John Kuma. Queen Elizabeth, who you bam, you cancer. Finish. King Charles, then I'm saying, you see the king when you cancer, you treating it for the cancer. I know the sickness, sickness may I say high blood pressure, heart attack, cardiovascular, high blood diabetes, cancer, ferry, and you will send me him say it is what it is. I know what killed my husband, and I know the sickness that killed him. So, if you won't tell us, don't tell us. We also don't even care, sir. The poison when you dealing with the academy is your privacy. Opa, wonka. But the point I'm trying to say is one count. When you NTB that Queen Elizabeth, head of the Commonwealth for over 70 years. Queen Elizabeth, you can't be King Charles or battle cancer, you can't. What's the big deal? Would you see an heading? Oba was a cancer, cancer of the liver, cancer of the kidney, cancer of pancreatic cancer, whatever. It's been a Captain Smartic cano, minimum. And I know what killed my husband. I know the sickness, as if it's something to treasure. Biyama Sebe.
We begin to wrap up this conversation. I know that there is a popular pastor around who has been fingered as having prophesied and all that. We are told that.
And you see, Mavis, you've raised a very good point here. Mavis raises a very good point. Your husband can even ask the doctors not to reveal to you that he was poisoned because he doesn't want you to worry too much. So let's stick with the cancer. Let's stick with the blood pressure. Let's stick with whatever the cause of death was. Finish. How about that? Because your husband, bottom line, was a politician. He probably could be safeguarding his party. But we have conversations with him and folks where he more or less wajiatum say you're poison.
Pastor that you know personally, you have had a relationship with. Can you tell us a bit about it and why the claims that he makes should be discredited?
Again, I don't know, this country, no, any person who say omoka sembia obia and hold you more responsible. Into obia per se onya ni fame anase oba public notice na ope obia owabontin na wodi ne ho abata no akeka nsem. Niger Gazy, let me go straight.
And in this case, you're going to go straight on to Nigel Gazy. Nigel Gazy, your obia afe no babe pre-fame and no babe yusu John Kuma for fame. Sebio Nigel Gazy obi pe fame no mo do mo ha bata obi for fame and yenim Nigel Gazy eye ne Ghana for yenim Nigel Gazy eye ne and Nigel Gazy di John Kuma ba be pre fame Nigel Gazy onya ne fame eye ne madam
Nigel Gazy was like a brother. Onim lawyer John Kuma personally one-on-one. Yatne fie editida, that is how far. O free akwanti mubaya or best start as of way back or start on one ministry. Church, Disciples of Christ Ministry. Obao, Mia Menini program. Let the prophet speak. Inti minimum one-on-one. Where even somewhere November that John Kuma is seriously sick. Me a woman of God. Inti
woman of God. Woman of God bia. Woman of God. Woman of God nkodi di obere matem. Ewo public so yakwasea. Woman of God enkojije nkrofo nsase. Woman of God enkonko bubu nkrofo no man ko intimidate public. Sebe ya to aba ma wukunu ne party ya ma wo mandate. No woman of God does that. Woman of God be any ho yes ade no. And na moti Ghana ho na mode brambram ko odi hunu nkrofo. Woman of God, woman of God. Which God? Woman of God. And na mama maami abesiriwa. Mami kita konko bom brang John Kuma krofo, and so far that story has been consistent with other people. Almost ukunu matete wo mansase.
So me a omuna me run first. Me ne fathers Ghana ha father or woman mu a ebia no ankasa John Kuma krofo te sesofo. Oye sofo angasa oprichi onimu no nipa no ofa or special place for pastors. The men of God you only omo agro including the
claims that he makes
and this antro no che say
mama me comment kakara John Kuma na mu preachi men of God dey oni wo mo ho agro enti o preachi wie na oye na man of God semini wie one personality another personality no akwatena radio show politician, TV show politician, parliament politician, no ke card your picture Ghana for. We will not go to IMF today, we will not go to IMF tomorrow. Na mu di intro, na mu ye de mo pu bullying. That's the different personality. No, we are not be preaching man of God personality. Mo won say that mo play Ghana for wo memo. Where and when did God call her there? Where and when did God call her Ma Georgina? Na mu di brim Ghana for any so. And then what sorry for nyina hu sika amanya ene kwan amofa so amudi nya musika ukunu ni pay as MP saying mama me mo John Kuma ne ne ma yese wa akwaya enkyere mo o me phone nso awu ye me charge ne kakra e be so ara in the course of the program
and the way crow she said the opiki asem no say yes see Ghana deputy minister. Meanwhile, you know this man, you know his name, you know his house, you know his wife, one-on-one. So why do you have to lie? And then what be was what shenkoma manabim and true we are do benya day unhunu embezia no wo yare a woni me enya that enim so onyo mfa no na Nigel Gazy no de me ya ne say otimi hunu say obi yare ohunu ma pe no on say hu nkofo yere na ope wo mo na ne de nyame ntwa nkyere no
wa hwe
ohu Ghana empanyifo nsem beto won ono ani fie na odi ma asem ama na yere firi ono ndi ohun ye eni di ohun ye me say
na wo sebe uni we nyina afa Nigel Gazy ho ena ne koye prophet program the prophet says se wahu ntro na omunyina omudi ne Ghana ho I say a two say afa de ontro Nigel Gazy and the partner ondidi na tam no mo ho atam odidi Nigel Gazy enti wudnim say Nigel Gazy pemma unim we no nyina wudidi na tam enne unim but one ne koye program e wo wahwere the prophet says so the prophet whatever ti mu nyina mu fulu Ghana fo ko wa hwekora wonye wo apostle no wonye eno no Nigerians ni so nye woman of God.
Busane said the Indian church obeko bia na yapama ho. Baby obedu bi okofo obi yere. Enye obi say I'm a woman of God. Minjina radio so eni saade no. Minjina ya Nigel Gazi is not a prophet. A fake man of God, a cheap liar.
Neither are you a woman of God. You're also a fake one and a cheap liar. Neither are you a woman of God. And madam, what is a obi kuno wagana ho? Politician be a woman yabeke museda. What is a politician be a wagana? Emi yake musei. But who kuno die we know the group of people that you need womu dealing. And ye sha say no, o pesa wo haye. Say na mani abre wo so awie. The whole pointy finger to be sure for na point no. Wo na nra computer man hwe say mo abeka afa wo. Enra hwe say ma computer man beka fa wo. Ukunu sebe yesi news ni break here wager na nkrofo jubilate.
Humanizer e from obi oyi enkofo yere ena odi akire na me ombu ade mpo
oye womanizer you a thief. You John Lillian Kuma, you are a thief. We are crofo. Who Lillian Kuma, we are crofo. Ukunu, you starting from Ukunu pay. You have to talk properties ne mansions and wasisi. Munya sikani free. Mumunya sa sikani free. From 4 or free obi or did you be for fratem?
And I can't challenge him anywhere. This is a painful moment, and I don't expect anybody to take unnecessary advantage of us. A relationship.
Nobody is taking advantage of you. Nobody is taking advantage of you. We are holding you and your husband accountable. Or nuni how we will hold you accountable. More properties no munya sikani frehi. More by your home. More bano ye home. Munya sikani frehi. Ukunu Kevin Taylor meyene ho expose miribi. Shenra nsaba computer man so be hwiegu ho. Obedi di nkrofo kunu matem. Na wo be yakrofo chen. When kwati amede am a woman of God. Who do we a woman of God? Obi don't know man of God. I mean, I'm not a fan of Nigel Gazi either. But the old day Nigel Gazi no so enye.
Die nti na ema ene ontimi ngina ya sorry dem ho emba altar so me preach bi. Die nti na even Church of God obo ase the whole Ghana Kumasi ontimi nko ho bi. Eno na o menya nkopon ena na di. Na o ma ne ho ahoden a odi be gyan nkofo yere. Emu suso. Ni
na wo nyankopon ukwa bubu ukwa wia nkrofo nsa ase no one wankasa utie ukwa huna nkrofo nyankopon Holy Spirit wanka just Lilian ya wo ye enye utie Lilian utie ekwan a wo nyankopon ne wo kasa ya mra mo kwagigige nkrofo petrol station ko bubu nkrofo dan kwagigige nkrofo nsa ase ehuna nkrofo e de blocks ne langards ne etuo ko gugu soro nyankopon na wo kasa wutie enra computer man hwese mo beka kire wutie ekwan a wo fa so a wantie no saa na Nigel so nyankopon na kasa wo so wantie ete mumie no nyina duka daya
na manenkwa awa na so sisi ya no
be na so bi Jimmy wa ha na me block no
kashen kodu jonkuma de wawie ni de ono no so ye sofo ye gyan nyina manyame onyame ndi ni ntamasem de me wo ka kire na no kura bia nim wo ye trofo unim se John yare and or ya we and or de koshenko. That is not prophecy. That
fire ho your Nigel me prophecy bi eni ho ma na Ghana ho me she da gidi sa anyway. However, won so wo ye kronfo wo nya papa. Stop pointing accusing fingers and obi a ukunu awu. Na cho na odidi nkrofo atem. No wonder say nkrofo church say I don't know why has she spoken so early? Why? No wonder. Sao atem didi nkwa na bedidi Captain Smart ne Nigel Gaze atem. Omo na wo se wudi o matem ba wo me ane na bedi achirefuo chema wuntumi o henemba ene wo mo wo se wudi o matem wo MPP no omo de waka wanu atu. Kasi ya bepenem ya kokukuru akwatena Ghana Parliament o. And so my promise of parliament in na we na catch up say Ghana for see ye say Emma so.
So, Mommy, as we begin to wrap up, we know that there's a difficult journey ahead of you and the family. Since you are a woman of God, I know you know the scriptures and you are going to fortify yourself. But generally tell me, how is the family that John Kuma has left behind?
She doesn't know no scriptures. If she knew the scriptures, she would not be taking people's lands. It be more 20 years, it be 25 years. She doesn't know no scriptures.
Fairing.
It's not easy. Both his mother and father, nobody's taking it easy because I can't fall back and say you do time I in energy as from and etuato. It's not simple. I think say the all cannot some of us from where we are standing and then you need our papa na pray. So sometimes we take consolation from Nyamia Semu. And the fact is, or prepare your movie. And yes, simple and Kwalani and yes, simple. But I know what John wants. He doesn't want me to break down. He never wanted me to see him in pain. Oshia Miana be a soft girl, young girl, 18 years. The motive I want just to train me as a strong woman. And I'll accomplish it. Say and son me be this of until ya share one thing say yeah rather no we want to live to appreciate his memory because we know say that is just a transition. I know he can hear me now. Yeah. I know he can see me. And it's paprika. It's paprika. That is not the final thing. That is not fatal. It's just a transition. And he's in a better position now to view all that we are doing. So this is the time to make him proud. This is the time to defend his legacy and to take care. I know Nkolani Shisha, but Johnny is certain that we won't put him to shame. Yenim di ope. Ebe china. Esu di eje ensemu a esu bi. Ye nipa. Enso
Mommy yankana photo ya ebeto so say oneba wo me a anka omo be beautiful parents so mu hu sa. Oneba wo me photo na efe pa president and vice anka be fata wo mo. Just say nka onye 2024 de ke ye mfa ma wo mo. But at least ka ba wo me be ye announcement no. Say John Kuma ye ne vice I think say omo mi no ke be fata wo. Still like you better wait here woman there no problem. Opposition there whichever way we look at opposition the omoko. But Nkebe Yefe, I think that John Kuma as Baumia Vice would have been a very nice ticket. But that was a beautiful photo of the two of them. Yeah. I know the Mama Menka no quarry eba kope. Mama has me photo ni bi my yechi.
Us, we know he's with us and we are strong.
Ewe ifa photo no way on Dr. Baumia dear no. Ewe ifa. Debbie. Oh dear. There was a photo of him and
from Nyamia Semu. And the fact is, I'll prepare your movie. And yes, simple and Kwalani and yes, simple. But I know what John wants. He doesn't want me to break down. He never wanted me to see him in pain. Oshia Miana be a soft girl, young girl, 18 years. The motive I want just to train me as a strong woman. and accomplish it. Say and son me be this of until ya share one thing say yeah, rather no, we want to live to appreciate his memory, because we know say that is just a transition. I know he can hear me now. Yeah, I know he can see me.
Go to neighbor up.
His paprika, that is not the final thing. That is not fatal. It's just a transition. And he's in a better position now to view all that we are doing. So this is the time to make him proud. This is the time to defend his legacy and to take care. I know Nkolani Shisha, but Johnny is certain that we won't put him to shame.
What a beautiful photo. What's that Ankabe Fata Omupa? We dear Ankabe Fata Omumi no papa. Beautiful photo. Now she said the Dr. Baumia shared now with me a good rapport pa. Almost very good rapport. President and Vice Ankabe Fata Wom. Oh. Area is way bibi pa. Just when Nkauba be vice president, well, at least Yababe name was running mates. Ankabe Fata Wom, beautiful photo pa.
It's soon the idea and same way it should be a nipa. And so deep down in us, we know he's with us and we are strong. We are trusting God all the way, and that we know that God will see us through. Among all the things, one place and then and it's obey
probably wasn't the will of God. Yeah.
Even in the last day, sorry, them changing him a baby. It cost him a lot. But he insisted that he say pet the best for God. And he meaning say John is with the Lord and he's seeing us. Yeah, share one thing. Nah, I know my many papa and you no make home. In fact, you put in Kwani, I should have Ghana man in Ashra dear. I share one day. Because John wants us to be strong. God no cry, he stays strong till the last.
Right. Yeah. I mean, defending the legacy statement would have been different without all the negativity. You know, Mojijen Crawford say no money at the adeno. Mama Adena turning around very quickly. And Mushuma and Shadan yes, sir. Yes, we may pretend they were and they cannot quarry. Ebe cannot quarry. Nkoye. John Kuma, properties he made at the age of 45 after MPP came to power. Allegedly, he acquired a 10-acre land in his hometown, built a $1.1 million house at Edriso, 14-bedroom. Apparently, Fiona Yehuin is a 14-bedroom property with a stadium-sized compound, indoor and outdoor pools, solar-powered and fully automated. Bought another 100-acre land for farming in Ashanti region, renovated and completed $500,000 at mile 7. That is Accra. Bought a high-priced land at Chantai near Tabora Laji and built a mansion for wife and kids. Acquired East Legon Mansion in 2020. Set up a construction company that enjoys several government contracts. Single-handedly funded projects, built MPP office, etc., all amounting to about $30 million. Acquired 4 Toyota V8s plus one acquired 4 Toyota V8s plus uncountable number of other vehicles. Reportedly has 8 major housing properties, filling stations across Ghana, and our pumping substantial money into a law firm. This is what Obidi Bremia Utmi say as Nkofo as security, allegedly. More bashi home. We no mina munibi. Madam. And you know, somewhere in the interview, she said her husband would not want her to break down. Neither do we want you to break down. We don't want you to break down. You're in our thoughts and in our prayers. But that won't stop us from talking. And we are not going to pretend either. Yebekane said yeti. And Anepe won't want my a course say yankasa because you're sorry and old wire interview. Odia bank one should say yentina okasai into yes baba bechere ya junini ya babechere and said you watch me to be the man and crofone. Yan so me say baby anya medero, and I mean so about to be the man wono. It's as simple as that. All this in 7 years. That's say who vote and now to abano where just so on. Wona bisa wo. Say nioma wenum nyina wo to abama adwonkuma wakwa akonya no wa aban mu no. Wona wo to abano emu ye chemu miensa kura wo baako. Wo a wo to aba wo adwe so ho no. Ye chemu miensa wo bi. Mo to aba mo nwere ho. Mo de mo to aba say ye be ma mo 100 Ghana. De bia na wo kwa MP o mama bibi kakra bi mama bi. Wa ho ne MP ehia dwonkuma mada. Ehia ne mada. Na me say more drama to come. Na say Ghana de owo bi ba say ya. Afia properties ya be. Ime madam you should de me hwe ne suban ya. Oni dwonkuma abusuafo anya asem ketoa. Ni nyina be ba social media so. Ye bete. Ye tin so e ba be kire ya dwene. Because taxpayers yen sika wombi. Yen sika e wo properties bebrewe. Yen sika wombi. Enti me nuanom Ghana fo ani anape me ba ya na nkomo amede nam no awie yi. But ye besre woman no. Moma yentie ye nua bema Clement gossip 24. WhatsApp between John Kuma and Mr. Ekuo Queen Kesben.
Because interestingly, no, on Kesben FM, any Kesben TV, broadcaster, there's a wajidin, in the person of Mr. Akuku Kwatin, Ebebe releasing WhatsApp message between Onwakasane, the late John Kuma MP for Edgeso.
Madam, Mrs. Kuma, me pacho ukunu ni din e bohon ukunu ni din e WhatsApp no soro ade no kura we ukunu din e wo ho it clearly says John Kuma the photograph na wo ho no dia Mr. Ku okotworo ye ene dia ukunu je so entie
Abo John Kuma one way or the other no e confirm me say allegedly you poison if I don't know ko nti ye tin ko no ko atiri pa. And he said, one kind, maybe Bisano, specifically. This was my message to him. I mean, kind of creative for her. And the my page is not there to TV, so now I heard. And message I said, Bisano specifically. Don't come out. And I'm Bisano is a lawyer. Matisse, yes, say, Conphobi, I poison. I was very specific. He said, Bisano. I said, not true. Message said, Bisano. Mr. Lawyer, Lawyer Ralph was 5th February 2024. Me personally. Now I'm a lawyer, Ralph. What do you say? Honestly, a lawyer, be quiet. Only winning PP parliamentary candidate in Como. Now, I see the Syria. Any lawyer, Potiacoma, El Pokuari. On and also, no. I think when we did the best friend, we say, you pay a poison to Kuma. I see, me, say, I will reach him. I just found me the WhatsApp chat to Kesben TV in the summer years. I do share so well, John Kuma, okay? WhatsApp the number I was sure, right? So this will make a message to him. So Ralph, because your junior is my good friend, so we have always been talking about your good works for Mother Ghana. I heard unfortunate news about people's attempt to poison you, but I know God Almighty will make you stronger because you are a good one. So I have not dealt directly with you for a very long time. I've been hearing what you've been doing for other people, especially the party food soldiers. It was Sunday, 5th February. And I reply said, but later you didn't come. Aside from saying,
Entino, madam, my young friend, my GP friend, Mr. Kuo so. Because we see later, ukunu ni di nkomo, and we share WhatsApp, we say more to us. And you see in American say John Kuma Sebe or your lawyer ni say obitro quite a bit of an amount, a piece of text at the brow. And Nipan is saying in there, oh, me no dili yache, yate ya honkache, matin in your mapa ye, but also matis yes you be a poison. Minu ya me bomb paye mau. Na John Kuma replies and minu ya me dasia. Why didn't John Kuma find the need to tell Mr. Kwoko say, me dase for one pie bonnet will be, but a mum will be poison me? Is it that John Kuma did not read the message and or reply Medasi Minia? And the Medasi Minia no any message, at least it was the right type of response. So which we more be message sometimes response or the better which was I don't know one kind. But when we shower kind, no see me that's minuya. Then Tina John Kuman can't say, oh, there be poison. There's a very serious thing. Say, you don't come from him. Because John Kuman knew he was dealing with a journalist. He said, be being copying from him. Then Tina John Kuman can say, Debbie be poison me. But me that's for say what is me you mapana o bomb by mameno. But poison there, Debbie Mr. Munin free. John Kuman didn't say that. That alone suggests to us that Ukuruna Kasa Jitum say he's been poisoned. Until the fact say be any medical report or being cancerous could also be say you be suggested earlier. No? Say be your catcher doctor says mamun disclosing now. I don't want it to be too worried because on him say be obeja ho or babeja ho we uni MPP for na wo one kasa kwa show who ye MPP for na ho. Show who ye wo. Of course, you can't read it from here because I'm broadcasting from Obi platform. O person who reading here called Gossip 24 and they would do how bet me a kind me didn't show on my camera something. Said yeah, me didn't show anything. Okay, anyway.
So we have always been talking about your good works for Mother Ghana. So this will make a message to him.
Let me try screenshot. Let me say still I won't but Oko Gossip 24 they are very clear. Ocean or on any video no so they are very very clear. Right, maybe say make me the actual from her. And maybe this is better. It says his name, the photo then the okay at that time I see John Kuma was last seen at 7:24 a.m. and a man no message 9:02 a.m. It was a Sunday. I say lawyer Ralph Bekwai, your junior, is my good friend. So we have always been talking about your good works for Mother Ghana. I hear the unfortunate news about people's attempts to poison you, but I know God Almighty will make you stronger because you're a good man. Though I have not dealt with you directly for a very long time, have been hearing what you've been doing for other people, especially party foot soldiers, but Tina Mba. Onyamemma wo ahoden na onhyira wo pii. Happy Sunday. Na John Kuma reply. Me da se me nua. 11 John Kuma response was 11:54. And a man no so the emoji koi. 14th February almost I di nkomo. I think because as a more was so but I know the at that point why didn't John Kuma say there be obi anya me hwe. Intermediate me G poison ni di. Say ye propaganda to napo. Say ye mamuma obi anka nkyere mo say propaganda napo propaganda. At this point in time the Bible says no man after the flesh. Men kase napo na aye. But we cannot put anything past anybody either. This is politics. Mamumo biara nadamo. That is why we are calling for investigations. Captain Smart is saying poison. Yen freno. Ekuoko the message abechere. Yen freno. Ohineba abekasa. Or can emphatically say or no or jidi so be ne ekumu John Kuma. Yen freno. To me, yen freno. Why na ma wo aduane ni di yen frɛ wom. Obi a me kan kyerɛ say na propaganda for napona we know. But yen frɛ wom. Utrin kwasa Ghana na moti na mutumi ye we nyina mo befa mo ho adifri asem we be foolish case. We already know the end from the beginning. It is already a foolish case. Wa wukwa. Akuo say later on they spoke. Akuo say later on they spoke. That's already na a foolish case. Ti ekope ye be ntina. Ye ni so betete na Mrs. Kuma we drew parliament. Ye be fa ne saa. Said ye choose to say ye penny. Ye nyina agi atum say Ghana it is not a serious country. Nti ye be fa ne saa. The reply to the journalist was very relevant to the message. Because me ti hey now Black Star sebe. One message me say I say Marie. Mati say ya microphobia attempt some be poison you. Say me akwa mabeka bi wa ha. O ma na akoya na no so message me from Jubilee House o person brema ponche me call Ghana na hanu ye ni ade. Now message me say I say me nua ba. Mati say microphobia person mo poison microphone make attempt some poison wona. Be sere nyame mpa body ma. Mati unu mapa wo ye nyame shira bo mo ho by blah blah blah. Me message you make to say me da se me nua na mo poison say me amem. Nti for John Kuma not to say poison say me amem na me nua me da se nko ano. Yeah, it is what it is. Only hand wa be chire mu akire yen. Nti what we have is what we are going by. Asa. Nti yes, me ne ma me ne ya adwene Mrs. Kuma me ne ya adwene. Yen frɛ Captain Smart. Captain Smart so only problem. Oni pa na mu de bi o kasa o se mo frɛ me ameba headquarters ameba hifa ameba de bi ono a oka. Nti yes, wo mo frɛ no. Yen frɛ ohene ba. Yen frɛ wuntumi. MPP Secretary Tamale Yebo ohene cause ohene ba no kura de was like your friend okura before Captain Smart cause ono no wa kan nsam na nkasa aduane omu di ye said omu si fifi ye frɛ ba wo me abo na mane ye frɛ ba wo me doctor ye frɛ ba wo me nurse ohene ba no kura was your friend before Captain Smart. Simple. Now, so na make me hu so katachi free fa betro e yibi ato o mo me ye hwe se de na no so ka se ne ono so ye journalist na meboa. Me guso a mehwehwe katachi free fa na me bo mama ne say time with Eric and Marie ya upload video and a nice discussion on jealousy. And you know you best mo subscribe to your channel no time with Eric and Marie. Mesra mo ubia subscribe and hono ye discuss it marriage, relationships and self-development. Into me the link na beto ha ama musisi ya time with Eric and Marie and said you kind every Monday, Wednesday and Friday you be upload into any ye the any video no abeto ho dada mo ma memfa link no and to her emma so that anybody who wants to subscribe can go ahead and do so. In fact, I'm begging all of you to subscribe to the channel for me. Why? So here is the link. Time me. Why? So here. Okay. So, oops. Me pacha meba. Me the link that's home. My main pinning boho. Me penny. Aha. Okay. Why? It's a time with Eric and Marie. Me the link na ato ho me penny abosoro ho nti mo be hu. E na ye nua ba lazy. Sisi na me hu wa ha say wa mama superstar. Thank you so much, Lazy. Lazy, I'm a superstar. Thank you. 10 pounds. Let's just put it that way. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we are not messing up. Mosha say what comments no no. There's a dollar sign be there. Ewa see ho. Ene wo ho no. Dollar sign be wa see here. O press so you can give me. O press so you have options to give me super stickers or you know whatever. Inti aya mobaswa. Na mo sister. Me boa noa me de beye me sanitary pads charity na ya me yo Ghana no why that'll be great. Thank you so much. So please subscribe to Time with Eric and Marie. Madam Wase. Now me who comment be me ba has to say that me who comment be say yes there's something on Ghana web that says it say John Kuma was blood poisoning. Ghana web John Kuma. No, rather what it says is that he did not die of poisoning. Until when I would show comment and I mean I'm reading here. So where they are fail and they are and a payer and on okay, I'll say that an autopsy conducted on the late member of parliament for Edriso, John Ampuntua Kuma, has ruled out poisoning as the cause of his death. But the wife never said they had done the autopsy. Did she say it in the interview? Mama Georgina Mpacho Debbie, just saw the link in Mr. Wa. Na da be no mo ye almost omo ye autopsy ne Friday no and na yere na anka wade no. Okay, or say according to Ghana web sources, the autopsy conducted on Friday 8 March 2024 by a certified pathologist determined the cause of death as due to multiple myeloma, which is a type of blood cancer. Okay, maybe. Multiple myeloma is a cancer that forms a type of white blood cell called a plasma cell. Healthy plasma cells fight infections by making proteins called antibodies. Antibodies find and attack germs. In multiple myeloma, cancerous plasma cells build up in bone marrow. Okay, the bone marrow is the soft matter inside bones where blood cells are made. In the bone marrow, the cancer cells crowd out healthy blood cells. Rather than make helpful antibodies, the cancer cells make proteins that don't work right. This leads to complications of multiple myeloma. Multiple myeloma treatment isn't always needed right away. If the multiple myeloma is slow growing and isn't causing symptoms, close watching might be the first step. For people with multiple myeloma who need treatment, there are a number of ways to help control the disease. Symptoms. Early in multiple myeloma, there might be no symptoms. When signs and symptoms happen, they can include bone pain, especially in the spine, chest or hips, nausea, constipation, loss of appetite, mental fogginess or confusion, tiredness, infections, weight loss, weakness, thirst, needing to urinate often, when to see a doctor, blah, 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 blah. Causes. It is not clear what causes myeloma. Multiple myeloma begins with one plasma cell in the bone marrow. The bone marrow is the soft okay. So that is what they are saying on Ghana Web, that it was cancer, it was this multiple myeloma. Yeah. Family sources reveal after the MP's demise that he had earlier returned from Germany when his condition deteriorated, leading to his death. Multiple myeloma is a type of cancer, blah, 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 blah. Fine. Oh, King Jersey TV. Thank you, King Jersey TV. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Intino Yajitum say multiple myeloma. Say free pathologist no one eba Yajitum. Like I said earlier, and na many pathologists eba argument as a Ghanaian citizen. Say me need a pathologist na kamijidi. But that also does not rule out the fact say okodi a confirm. It doesn't take out the fact to say okodi die woni bi of a faith the whole that day, but one fake say. It doesn't rule out the fact. Until I make us say myeloma said in a year from Bayer August till 23rd October. Yeah, the 23rd October, Bessie and what's in the year. Based on 23rd October, Tamalihoni and Hobi. Minumi and you and I were not there. Baumiane see. But Ohine Babekasa. Papa di achere. I think some Mr. Kwoko, did he give us a date on a John Kuma boss uncommon? Mama call back to Gossip 24 TV and America said Mr. Kwoko no ma indication of when Oni John Kuma di is uncommon. I'm trying to ascertain, say, was the Nkomono after Captain Smart? It couldn't have been. That means Mr. Kwok should not say it. Did he also hear it around October time? Because on it or Heneba Muni in Ashanti region. And go back to Gossip 24. And credit to Gossip 24 for using some of your content. And we are not doing it with any malicious intentions, or no. We are doing this because we are dealing with a group of people like MPP4, and this thing has gone on far too long with MPP.
Message to him, I mean, smart over there. I say, Captain Smart, missing for me. Na the oyeno, injustice, and the oguni kunini. Because interestingly, on Kesben FM, any Kesben TV, broadcaster, there's a wajidin out here in the person of Mr. Akweku Kwatin, baby release WhatsApp message between Onwakasane, the late John Kuma MP for Egeso. At the same side, say, Honorable John Kuma, one way or the other, I confirm me, say, allegedly, you're poison. If I don't know what community, you can come on quite cheap. And it's on one kind, maybe Pisano, specifically. This was my message to him. I mean, I can't for her, and the my page is not there to TV, so
okay. So, Mr. Kwoko, can you please do us a favor and let us know? Time then I want to boss uncommon. Was it after 23rd October or prior to 23rd October? Yeah, best Mr. Kwoko. We've seen your message. So when any didn't come, you who are not showing a response or the braille. But now your man to bang say how na ubet me I can radio no sure. Because yeah, the free 23rd October, what they calling here. Was it around the same time I also started to say yeah, poison and because Captain Smart just started Canada meeting 2 weeks ago. And when Mama Georgina now what started saying about a month ago. And second Mr. Ko come to me around time on a John Kuma boss and come on show. I think because there's no date. Okay, John Kuma WhatsApp so there's no date. It just gives you the time, no date. Actually, then at the bottom here, like I said, it says February, right at the bottom of my message, it says February 2024. Could that be the last time anyway, said then over to win any paid in 1 month, 2-3 months later, no was an in Because I think I know so my include second to me who time Mr. Ko so any D in common and no so kebeboa. But regardless, your best message John Kuma say onya abutre. Ye doctors needy. Ya tesa ye myeloma. In fact, me Marie say, I even appreciate the fact so my country Ghana for Ghana they normally yen country yen. And for her to even agree say yen country yen say no kware dia. Anyway, we can appreciate that. But still I could di aduane bi wo northern Ghana. Aduane ne ye suspect say na poison. Enti chairman would to be on if not for okay, what they send your John Kuma enti chairman would to be soon a woo ya can back catch say as a mama ye. Okay, yeah, would the monka your for John Kuma to for 5 minutes. Aduane be ya na chairman would to be coding on northern Ghana or coffee fair and ho basa. Ekwaje drip nkwa be 7. Emma Baumia Dr. Bem, Emma call China nyina kwasa ne ho yare. Aduane be ya, why did this aduane ne match ma won to be? Send you also your Ashanti regional minister of the MPP and we must equally be concerned. The fact says be when we are not own doesn't mean we should not be concerned. Aduane be ya na nkrofo ekodi wo northern Ghana and why ne ma wo mo say aduane no? I know that can. As for the wife, we cannot force her to accept poison or not. She's a nurse. She's going strictly per science. And to know why myeloma no wajiatum. But we know for a fact so mukodi aduane bi wo northern Ghana ho. Aduane no mukodi no mo fefe wo mo ho. Ye flashy want to me system out. Moma yentie oheneba ni bi. Yentie oheneba ne kakra bi bi. Oheneba no kura beba oheneba unto me. It's just 5 minutes.
Design beautiful, effective emails like a pro with SiteGround's new email marketing. And what tamale? Not chairman, any John Kuma, and Koda Maria. And also what tamale. But you're quite
yeah. Okay, me pamocho. Enti from baby aye yeah. John Kuma from August or ya read that. Ne mailo mano sebe cancer na badada. Ne yere ya away. Ne yere mayati asiye wo interview no mu say nikunu e kachire wo mu say he is going to pull through, he's going to remain strong. Omu nyina de remain strong. It is still ano na oye juma or kwa oba. That's resilience, and I respect John Kuma for that. Abrofo politics baby omo yeda. I respect him for that. Nti wade na mua 23rd October naba omakodru Northern Ghana. Yeah. Now yentu aso.
Because I want to be a bear for them. Sorry, I was such a master. Oh, so fugua. No, my question entirely. John, come on, at that time or buy and I saw the Cranny Bicano. On Unquan buy. On Unquan, don't come on Quan buy. If you are carried CIA. But ye free hanum, quarter maleno. You need to come driver. Me and a driver, dear Koi.
Okay. And at the time, I John Kuma driver. Any John Kuma ni we mu nyina drive call Northern Ghana ni nyina. Na my low mano. E wa John Kuma ni pedua no mu dada. Yeah. So John Kuma knew by this time Sebio said when ya cancer, he knew, he was away. His wife was away because the year say from August and who said John Kuma yare. So they were aware that it was cancer. Yeah, presumably. Okay.
John Kuma came from a car with CIA. Okay, on the flight in the back. I was tamale. Into a buy no.
Now, guy, you go back.
I was such a master. Oh, so fugua. No, my question entirely. John Kuma on Quan at that time or buy and I saw the Cranny Bicano. On Unquan buy. On Unquan, don't come on Quan buy. If you are carried CIA. But ye free hanum, quarter maleno. You need John Kuma driver. Me and a driver, dear Koi.
Okay.
Manonka on the canopy. Now John Kuma John Kuma came from a car with CIA.
Okay.
On the flight in the back. I was tamale. Into a buy no, you never fact. On that day, 22nd, no, and we say arrangement, hotel arrangement, na basantino, maybe mafu, and quada, modern hotel honum, a very big hotel and penny for quad tamale honumada. Not chairman John Kuma and quada, a Maria home. The chairman there was 32, John Kuma was 31, or what was, and what down. The call rounds by the bedroom. Obudru hotel honumanano, and will be there confirm a brew. Chairman, and a John Kumankwa. I confirm my identity. I confirm my which may do. And winning political campaign, Yakono, about the Granajo. Sometimes you 54, go 55. Community. And under normal circumstances, under normal circumstances, neighbor, because say your chorus nearby, sir, you bomb one of the MPs fee near co. Okay. Now I have a buffet, but this one because of the names here better. Now you corneas are signed by it. You want man yet preparation for ya, return about how you could be. It's a real Ubia hotel better. Omutu honum no. And now Omudia confirm the broom. For John Kuma and the chairman Kwan. And then later Omubro with you and Umudi.
And so who is this? And a woman bre one more confirm, and a woman bre one more dear who later one more bre one no more, one no more.
See, that was when the issue started.
And you know, say if this guy is saying, say that was when the issue started, why isn't Mrs. John Kuma telling us that we should disregard Enzemi guy Yakin? Because then Mrs. John Kuma should tell us, say, Matis or Hine baby Swakasa, they say be a Wakaka Ghana for moon disregarded. because men are me catch them start August. But she never attacks this guy straight to Captain Smart Nkwa. But this guy has said some things.
Any Yonkuma driver and me, and so I call more. Today, friend, how much 3-4. Now, Coachema, I was say, so also Fuguna, a beer, normal t-shirt, shed no better, I may be Jacoto, Eddie Amano. I'm sorry, you know, now 1 a.m. Tell my friend, 15 times. You want to me? You want to me? Or friend, 15 times. And I'm starting to say, my friend. I chairman friend was say, when we chairman miss call twice, but our friend on fact. And I'm here so me coach chairman home. To me, no cause of me queen, and I'm a friend. The friend chairman now went to me alpha. Me could do chairman door. Chairman you be oh born do more baby. The boom 2-3 minutes. Come here 5 minutes. And son of old to me a day. A baby. Ken. Chairman, ever be a don. Now, Osha was a show some qua. And Osha, on we are. And I can't get him to be a don. Was fit the bed so and a form. Okon was rumor. Was fit a go home. Me doesn't mean medical person. Minimum. To call John Ho. I was say, I dare at to chairman you.
Now, when he says, me call John Ho, and I say, I dare to chairman you, is it John Kuma he's referring to? Because right now, this is about the only John on their trip, and I'm a boy. So if he says, or call such a maroon to me afufeno, or call John Ho, me call John Ho, na John say, I sema to a wound chairman you. So I'm assuming it's John Kuma we are referring to, an army boy. But then I'm also Mojana.
Because they're common.
Okay. So this confirms that it's John Kuma. Okay. So, or where ko who chema who to me say wa fefie gu ne dem ho ba bia no. Or to America call John Kuma ho. Or call John Kuma ho na John Kuma say. Chairman di odi aduane ni bebre. But media midi kitwe bi o ma confirm me wa ha. Enti me come 10 seconds.
Told me this. I dare at to chairman you.
Now, if this guy is saying, oh sorry, anapa 15 calls, missed calls from Chairman to no 2 America call Chairman to me them, or quite a Chairman to me a so he rushed to John Kuma ho. Now John Kuma say, hey, asema to Chairman you, Chairman do di bebre na mimi di kitwe bia. At what point did John Kuma find out that Chairman to me a fefe? John Kuma Chairman would to me not offer guy we are a san canano. Ebi offer John Kuma na. Exactly na mishu be say Benjamin. So in that case, no, or no mamma no offer for Henebana and san can Henebano. And I be or the friend John Kuma na John Kuma call wana. Because how did John Kuma, when this guy got to John Kuma to go and tell him, say, hey, Diamako Hunino, John Kuma was already aware. And no catch a guy and he said, Meshukura no me DB, but chairman do the more than the mimi D. So it means John Kuma was aware, say now wound to me a fife. And to also
because they're common there. Maybe the enemy Dika Kirby. John Kuma told me this. Okay. Dika Kirby into my feet, but it is not like chairman, you know.
So Madam Lillian, me pacho ahaka krewate. And only a branty edi nkomo because yanti wo interview num. Or see who kunu John Kuma catcher and say. Aduane bi omadi a confirm na die wo no. Chairman di bebre. Ono wendi kese. But John Kuma was aware say na won to me afefe basa. Madam eno no enyem shadam boda wana. Is this guy's recount of the sea watermelon? Is it not a matter of concern to you? And if it is not a matter of concern to you, why not? Is it because unim say we a nurse And because unim said John Kumai ukuno sebe no yare from August intino. They see what Northern Ghana on the shed and can dream and I'm asking you this respectfully, not in a judgmental way. I'm just trying to make sense of everything in my own head.
94 years. New chairman Sada. New chairman said me moon what Amaleno on that 23rd October. New moon is Sada. Quickly, I'm afraid. Yeah, be kono. Dog bomb fonsa. Enti nurse nya o treat you no ka but about me medical team no. And your friend. And no yes oba. Nam say no, my main friend penimu. They me friend. Come on.
If working with AWS Cloud is your job, then you need the ultimate AWS.
Oh, so that Hannah didn't say, yeah. Oh, where can I find the food interview again? Oh, we have 5 minutes. Oh Lord have mercy. Okay, maybe mama me call to me TV when I'm going to say me who or what. Oh, we need more than 5 minutes a day, you know. But the guy, he's back on radio 6 hours ago. And on the photo. Oh, does anybody have the longer version? Because when I'm a person me tea baby or can't, then he me by my mission me and me wanna say me who done me be boy na. Yeah, some Ghana. Because what I don't want us to do, not that we have any power to do anything really, is for us to just take my main account as cancer. A lot happened that time, and we must get to the bottom of it.
I have been in therapy since I was 6 years old. My parents said we want her to be emotionally intelligent, and that I am. I never stopped going to therapy.
If you're thinking of writing a novel, did you know that Alzheimer's Society has a range of options? There are
And Osha Capes, meaning prep. I get but if the move famous. Okay. Into my feet, but it is not like chairman, you know. Because I'm in chairman 94 years. You chairman Sada. You chairman said you what Amaleno on that 23rd October. You is Sada. Quickly, I'm afraid. Yeah, but Kodo. Dog bomb fonsa. And the nurse near treating you no can, but about me medical team. And your friend. And no yes oba. Nam so no, my main friend penimu. They me friend. Come on. Someone who
Remember, Ahana make us and me forward baby and I make us and I come back to the story, no. Right. What I've done is
chairman said quickly. and I'm afraid, yeah, be kodo. Dog go man funsa. Enti nurse nya o treating no can, but about the medical team. And your friend. And no yes oba. Nam so no, my friend penimu. Te me friend come on. Oh yeah, the VIP team for nidi. Now on na ba kra. And also friend another person. And Dr. Mahmoud Bamia medical team no. Dr. Pedro Wum and a less is true. I may pay near fina young girl and no mobile. Instantly, only 6 or 7, I remember, in the C chairman so. And I almost won a penny. Doctor ne come and say, for what they are seeing, they suspect food poisoning. And they are going to treat them on food poisoning. John Kuma felt he's okay. Into Oman treating.
Okay, so the doctor was very specific. Say a food poisoning. Henti your best doctor no say nka hand no baba be kasa nka be boyen. Doctor ne say food poisoning. Or he never say doctor ne na man can or can man say or suspected food poisoning into obe treat you for food poisoning. And on and mama babs ba so na ye can say yeah your understanding of food poisoning they say utmi to aduane poultry, that is chicken, whatever, it could be meat, and I confirm you, I say if for the poultry, it could be meat, red meat, white meat, it could be fish, whatever. And some of the bacteria, yeah, what's and then so could be salmonella, E. coli, staphylococcus, and all these types of bacteria, they can cause food poisoning. And then there is also poisoned food. Two different things. Food poisoning. Say be a one wa e mo na ade ache so. Na o heating no wedi. Na wan heating ye. It mean ma unya food poisoning. Obe fefe no money ade. Ene ye what obi akoto DDT eduro boni bi ode aba wo waduanim e no so wo ho. Aha, into the distinction. Into when they say doctor ne kama ne te say a food poisoning. Okay.
It's a chairman and now this is why I think the whole thing was planned. Incident this.
Hold on a minute. Before we go into why you think it was all planned, probably it has happened.
That's simply.
Okay, so for me, me analysis. I like to be as honest and unbiased as best as possible. Could it be say na a food poisoning ampa? And I being Ghana for construe food poisoning to be poisoned food. Because or no hene banankas and oh she said mama adiene boko meba. Because or no hene banankas or doctor in the community say a food poisoning no. Then Onua goes on to say he thinks it was orchestrated. But if indeed it was food poisoning and not poisoned food, because there are two different things we are talking about here. Which enra and then as I'm enra mama babs bash or also Fred the same thing. Two totally different scenarios. If indeed it was food poisoning, said Baumia doctor Nakaye. And now Oheneba Aquatina won to be radio no so say it was orchestrated. Then I can understand why Mrs. Kuma is saying, say, as far as she is concerned, obiam poison in Kunuye. Maybe it was food poisoning, whereby sekaya only according to a confirm ebia na bacteria be washo. Ebia dadia or to tone nam no washo no. There must have been some type of bacteria. Ebia or to tone namono, and namono are many ye. Enti a confirm na nkasa do mpene hihye no ebia moja na moja da so nenemu salmonella no mani ade because salmonella I was chicken who I confirm say ni chicken and ameboa what you see. So that bacteria no could have caused that food poisoning, but in Ohiniba's ignorance or no taking it for say a poisoned food, But bear in mind, or Heneba Kasa after Captain Smart. Captain Smart started it a month ago. Could it be that Captain Smart also had knowledge of this a confirmed issue? And also ignorantly, I bet Nasi say you're poisoning Jonkuma. But indeed, because or say medical doctor Bawomia and doctor Nia Wakasa, we must go pay near doctor Nakai. Doctor ne say food poisoning, not poisoned food. Mrs. Jonkuma say or your nurse. Or no, the Obian country from Germany through to Ghana, plus melanoma yabe. Obian country say you're poisoning nikunu. And could it be a case of ignorance we are dealing with here? Let's also have that at the back of our minds. But at the same time, no, we also know that or minor ye free mono poisoning a koso. Let's also until right now we don't know which is which. And so.
Ipi. Sasa. Ubaho. Na obo vice mania on the chairman kasaye asando mukora omuko out. Your call rounds in Ghana, yet two fear pie be 6 a.m. Near movie. And to obia movie omuko. And normally no, it is expected say chairman so day. Ekobi. Ken. Doctors Nishas here omu treaty chairman no and need 10 minutes. First call I about chairman phone so was need FM. Manfa, not chairman phone crami. Second call was Adum FM. And also Manfa. And the third one, it was a text message from Yaminia Kwakudero Movement TV. No sending message what to say. Chairman, you are serious. Tamale. Ken, me say, from that night, ever see that morning, you call chairman Hono. Nipa you know we didn't come was doctors, doctor no, and nurses too. You from Emoba chairman demo. And then we also informed the vice president and also Fred chairman and the Kasai was in the well and also come trip. Need FM code, Adum FM code. But my suspicion is that they were calling because no what is answer no because Kokudero also heard it. But from that time I'm a call holding no my basanti my disorganized. It was around 7:15. Message that's what the phone so.
Yeah, right now hanging out your chaff for way is chaff for me now. Right now, melanoma naba. Mrs. Kuma say or your nurse so we must respect the medical profession, yeah. Nikunu obian can't say poison in bia bem. Melanoma not suggest there's no suggestion of poison in there. Kakra yakraya kind wo internet to see. Doctor no what initial use the terminology food poisoning, not poisoned food. Are we dealing with ignorance here? It's also food for thought. I can also now begin to understand why Mrs. Kuma say Captain Smart. But mon frère or heneba so. And then why did John Kuma John Kuma himself also ignorant? Because Mr. Kuoku bisa say Matisi see ya poison wa. So was so catch them Mr. Akuoku say me anya poison mum na a food poisoning. But John Kuma so ankasa and once was me dasi minua. I'm not sure I'm setting the record straight. We cannot also disregard anything. Because when Mr. Eko messaged John Kuma and told John Kuma said Matisse attempt say a poison, John Kuma never said there be any so be poison me. Na emum a aduane boni bi na mekodi na a food poisoning. John Kuma ankasa. Your kind answer me that similar. Which suggests to me say wajiatum say no be poison. So if in the long run a dear when you now Kobani said Ampampa there was no poisoning involved, then clearly it shows the ignorance we deal with in our Ghanaian community. Ghanaian understanding of food poisoning is that the poison a shared animal. But food poisoning usually is caused by bacteria. So it means that John Kuma himself, ignorance. Captain Smart, ignorance. Everybody else, then it was ignorance. Anyway, Papa Yoka say friend is Ohinibe. If indeed it was food poisoning, but the clue now is in Bawumia doctor, no? And me in instances like this, I would want to go with what the professionals have said. So if Bawumia's doctor said it was food poisoning, John Kuma's wife is a nurse. Germany also could be. Nobody told her say you're poisoning Nikunu. Autopsy report about yes, a cause of death. Myeloma, is it? Myeloma? You're reading about it. No suggestion of poisoning in there. Could it be we've been dealing with ignorance here? Mr. Daniel Jomo say, the whole thing was planned. That means it was poisoned food. John Kuma himself, or John Kuma Nankasankasa Sebea when he was told by Mr. Ekuo say, Matis Yasin for air poison. John Kuma never corrected the narrative to say no. Obian poison me ne mum a food poisoning. It's a me mum dear baby. I'm say no. Me, I will continue to go with the poison. Because I'm going to poison. And the cooked food can also cause food poisoning. Yes. The question is, even if it is ignorance we are dealing with here, why didn't John Kuma correct Mr. Kwati? That is a Ghana for Dudwana ye very ignorant. Entini no IGP infrawom or interview woman na yen starting eliminating yet half-baked information from here, there, and everywhere. No. Still, I ever hear IGP on Fred Captain Smart, on Fred or Heneba, on Fred beside hotel. Young friend, why in a year, not one starting eliminating. Then we will get to the bottom of whether we are going pay the Mrs. Kuma became and myeloma or say one more discover baby so I simple. Because we cannot take away the fact say John Kuma yes now wire from August, but Okodi Adriani so must have caused more problems, and also so we must know. Simple. Now, Mama Georgina say interview be between John Kuma aid and then take a crack. 40 minutes. Then take a crack. John Kuma aid loni.
The team nina ewo Honorable John Kuma, the late John Kuma, Deputy Finance Minister, a member of Parliament, Emma.
Wow, Obi comments. Obi, so sorry for me. I think the NDC have hands in this.
Yes, very soon as a professional journalist. Domenico. They are very close to Honorable John Kuma. Now, first of all, the information you gather. What it on social media so say Honorable John Kuma, I see a poison or I say because speculation now, because when anyone is say yare and now a very young, energetic member of Parliament. Yeah, expected to be it's about the same. These are questions here among for a busa, and I'm proud to. As any year, see now social media and so you know a bit sarcastic.
Wow. Journalists can say ya. One say yante se wayare yante John Kuma yare muda. Mo wa de konti aborofo so we a public person o yare no mabebo general public na mane no. You see, it cuts out that nonsense when you na. John Kuma yare from August. Ebia August, their family mugusu sheniema 1 or 2. But by September, early October, inform the general public. Sebia John Kuma for short break for personal due to ill health. Asa. It cuts out all this nonsense. Anything about phone says no. Queen Elizabeth Queen ne ho fa ne kakra enti no o pull out of public engagements asa yankare yanchere yembiem yete yan say queen ewu e na afi ombeka kire cause of death. King Charles na anu ya ye de abebo ho. King Charles doctors are concerned kakra blah 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 ne yasan de aba cancer enti o pull out of public engagements so we all know say King Charles enya cancer ye hu na yete ase. Kate Middleton Prince William na yere no na nse ya meka nkyere yen na anu a king of one wu ya na was omukọ na yi. Say Prince William went to me uncle aden because you see the Princess of Wales akoye surgery until I say ni kunu netina se na ohwe no ya bo general public na mane. You see, because the public, we have interest in all our public servants. We are public servants. Our life in your it belongs to the public. For the most part, you lose certain rights to privacy. But who know choose to sell by a public servant? Who know choose to sell by a public figure? What brofo? Honorable Kennedy Japan yare. Say another different no social media so. Satana me we DC. Daddy Fred mo pictures be better. Yeah, who pictures them say, hey, honorable Kenny nie. Oh, na Daddy Fred mo ba shenya no. Oh, nyari be. Na me saw me camera one Saturday and na me say, look, the honorable Kennedy Japan na me minim na se Ghanaian citizen no. On one case oba be catch ye de year no. Because we all saw the pictures never on social media so. We saw a video be ano mudidi wo mufie ana Reverend on tembo ati nipa be bre akwasra no mote dining table and now who honorable Kennedy Japan na enkoye the honorable Ken na yenim now we share na we free system no for some time e ma na wo muka be bechosa na Kennedy Japan we ko yate in kache ampa papa no ho to no du Ghana okotena radio so no aka na asem be ye be call doctor ohun bibi o mitirim oso onya happy me ko America ye pae me ha eyese no abekan or they are educating the general public. Because when you Kate and I make a Kate then I make an when you inform the public it cuts out all this nonsense because John Kuma Yari Bayer August said you're making family what take him privacy more than 1 or 2. By September, October, early October, more general public na mania. Anka owo ba ye pe God forbid. Obi obebi na no anka Captain Smart starting so ye poison yama be a month ago. Anka ye general public na ye be stopping. Anka ye na be catch Captain Smart say hold on a minute. We know he's unwell. He's been unwell for some time now. Inti kat jainia wo ye no. Ba mo de shamu hwa wo Ghana hwa na fe nipa ni wu asebe. Nipa ne wu na mo pia peace ne privacy dia morning no na echire na ye nwunwuna yin basa ye share bibi mfrim yare it is part of our existence ferie bienim yareem ferie bienim Ghanaian politicians munshia Ghanaian ye nyina as society ye nshia ferie bieni yareem. Say be a president in fear ne ya model letter beba one line president is taking a bit of a break ne fear ne ya okoshe ne ho ayaresa case closed to be catch say ya poison ya kufu ado say oh boy ye be catch so yare ba mo de shemu ho a empo bibi kwa mo kenoforiata die ba ye say ken yare bia hwe nye kenoforiata but some of us who are family members we knew what the issue was. We knew it was the truth and all yari. Until then, images are sebe. Na Uncle Ken were bloaty eba out. Na phobia kana no too. And ti mona more politics more Ghana. Na most problem ni mo kan hu bi.
I can say encophobia target e party ni mo a on person mo poison. O mo ama o kika bobo encophobia di ma Inuya John Kuma Edin Ebipie. Na allegedly sana no do no e kan. Enti yeso ye bae de agada no. You was some details number. Information agada to somewhere last year October 2023. 23rd October mo na CBC. Na Dr. Mahmoud Baumia na
okay ahanya na yate that me starting tie dia
information say Dr. Baumi information aga chairman wuntumi ene na na wuntumi na host wuntumi Baumia ono so complete honorable don medical treatment no based on as a bat thing buy one say chairman want to me so you're not back at and said that you news kuma anam but you better confirm if you know say and someone editing on social media now or you close to him, is there any case any way be on any number or complaining says so what could the food poison be any every key attempt so be poison or tamale I am someone people say no so be the
the way a guy in the car say no what could the food poisoning be na food poisoning and turn the store my your coffee ignorance na American and turn food poisoning was store and I won't go be feel because of food poisoning see also ba coffee be there be the way you can answer bro
na you use why you share you John Kuma or buy just no say in the city and why na buy you are say now one or two issues so constituency ni nyina no the details ni nyina bro nti share video no na fi esa fa comment Rebecca mo high on the media so menko Dominic Boko there didn't kai bijna on the media na me abusia ni nyina ya connection okay em say what's na ha no we hu narration na media be ni nyina no ye no ye information agada say allegedly chairman to me on Yura John Kuma kusia Dr. Maumia e watamale Emma I confirm name be PM ma omumie na reye and then won't to me come say the target was won't to me so be na free ho demom anadwono ofefe ye no emu no omo timi twiti no ma doctors na confirm say ye poison ye nan no but yes say it looks like say
no, yeah, doctor Nanka say your poison namono. Doctor ne or hine ba say doctor ne say a food poisoning. One Chinese whispers. Doctor ne say your poison namono. Yeah, Ghana for so yeah, ye kahubi. Ye kahubi. So we IGP. So decide this will be the idea ye just will stay very focused. Not for relevant people. Won't to me, Captain Smart or Hine Bay. And a few others are no more tamaleho. Empone Baumia doctor no. Baumia doctor and just to ascertain say yampa dear no who ya was a food poisoning who ya na poison food. Ewo system especially wound to be system. And then with the rest of them no exactly what transpired ewo tamaleho and from wound to me who gave them the food so that they can check say yampa say na your food poisoning that day no I confirm ya yema omumi no kwa e ya there will be torn or mantem ho nipa bebre so DB mantem what other people complaining ya na ya who ni ya started ruling ya binom out. Agana for you careful. Also we should say doctor and say you poison area no.
It's only say ko edi mo na se ne ya agency mo. Oni doc na mo. Sa dey no ko tamale no. Ubetimi akai se bibi se esi mo committee no tamale.
Yes. Which ya wahwefo no tifo na. Ayampa ade no. Na o se me nyina no kubo.
Okay.
Bana o meeting in the kind ultimately the China or no buy the driver no and a copy cano to airport and a buy say the can say BBC na AC ama to me there's some kind of poisoning
okay.
Babu until I ain't boy. Dr. Kuma when you're baby boy.
Okay.
But one of the own to maintain a boy my trainer to say to me.
Okay.
I'm not going to corona.
Okay. Yeah, confirm now. Okay.
Okay, I'm not interested in this anymore because at this point, you know, this aid guy has also confirmed to say, John Kumare are confirming be, yeah. So it's consistent with Oheneban on the story. Now, as John Kuma's personal aide, is he aware of the Mrs. Kuma Air Kasana John Kuma Yare from August? And now, as a personal aide, Omukipi and Nono away from him. Because na onim said na John Kuma Yare dada. Said during this interview, he could have said, oh no, prior to October, no, my boss no Yare dada. But clearly he also is hanging on the same a confirming no makodina a kum John Kuma poison. So is it that as a personal aide, he wasn't aware from August that his boss was unwell? Because Mrs. Kuma said I didn't start till August. Maybe I'm Ghana for someone. What a society, Benjamin. What a society. And on HR, we are heading towards a foolish case here. Meanwhile, it could be, say, a poison worm. It could also be, we cannot rule it out. Because in as much as we know, say, it's cancer and everything, according to the coroner's report, whatever happened, and also very bizarre, very strange. Asa. That's all. Hello, Auntie Georgina. Good afternoon. Yes, Auntie, good afternoon.
Fine afternoon. Mecha will be our platform.
Yeah, Joso. Yeah. Yeah.
What time naka would see or kind Dominic Nikaina. What also confirm we yes, since October, almost 3 family who buy you. And a papa 120 view. One can say earlier before was it since October no buy you. And on a 120 view. And to I never decide say it would get this or be na poison and as I was yes or GDPA.
It's on
Nipan Sasso or yes and Nipan Sassona. John,
yeah. Right. So, Mama Georgina, I can understand that, but then as a personal aid, he wasn't aware from August. Nianayeri Kensen and the boss were from August.
No, one can be
and I mean, and so when I make us a hawk, I can say young one. I don't say young one.
A different thing altogether.
Oh yeah, different. They are different altogether.
Yeah. Me that everyone is about no trust or cover things up because of MP4. Because a year woman been so crown or my promising baby, who knows?
Yes, and I may know pathology report no nya mama baba chotwa wa Ghana web no me you. Benji diba kupo say.
Marie, forget it.
Na yentia no mo kwatro nyama be fa honorable Kennedy Japan. Honorable Ken aka asem ye hu video say waka ade che na ya twra beto say Kennedy Japan say wanka. We no.
Yes. I know omo enjoy the party. Doctor for no mom ke kaka hu nyina.
Oh, but ne yire so yes sir. Watum future anyway onim yan hwede John Kuma maame nso beka send maame tinkwam yan hwe say in due course ne maame ne papa nso so ebeka sa yan hwede abusuan oba time no wo ne ba no yan hwede ono nso beka
Dominic do baby na chese wutu sa assumption so asam ha no to ka to hini ba mi ya de say we say no ase aba fresh wo mo yom na ekire no ni wo bia beba bontin
mepem na metie ni nyina awie but me I think so right now yeah me bomb pie say John Kuma ne maame bekasa say maame no John Kuma maame say Yakopon ma na hoden na oba time no wo ne ba ne tibi ba beka che say de ne yere ne kan ne kwan so aro no me ba ampa na wa yare from August coroner's report said that na aba no Ghana for me nkasa bebre but ni nyina munyi ntum a ye be som ne akanya no atum say John Kuma maame beka ye be som ne akanya no atum until then me dem mfa ayire bi asem ma me asem wa ha because we've seen too many of the yere no ma say see dey akopia ma parliament ya mani sikaro akana no atum
the same thing omo ya ho ya anso so nka wo ni wo pro no obo Ghana fa mo de nya mo nka de bio na hwehwe a che say party ni nti kan wanu tum na che say akwa bibi ti say o kasa bebra be gu party ni wa
because na ni bro de gu captains ma to so
ko fi aye say wo mo nsu wo mo reject ye
na ni bro de gu captains ma to so oh ya what dey to say as a wife what take Captain Smart there what in Nigel Gazy dear, but o party for the ending in idea one day.
Yes, this is a question. Anna Sabibia said anyone almost one part. I don't know one more almost several. One more day, you confirm me a cousin, dear who said to us up in the coma woman. What's that say after for no more woman, almost so Emma Cassa, and I almost I say, yeah, I did those people. No, what? Sabibia said, you are now beyond for poison being with the animal will be near. What's that by now? No, so I never media now what's in to me or Cassan and the phone. I don't want to me and finding out who say, a piano fish or so place and a buy. What's I want to go almost parkataso? Now, Papa say you will be on a poison.
And so a lot happened, Tamaleho. A lot happened.
Yeah. What can I say? Nine someone of my wound to me. I got a can in some problem or you may share when I feel not here for no channel.
Yeah.
Report to give I say, wound to me,
yeah.
Say, or some my strong,
yeah.
Almost a year,
yeah.
Or shed hoka in hotel or beba.
Yeah.
Or big Kasaya, one of the audio videos. What say? Not gonna for Sabia would in trouble, no, Chris, after me now, no battle with his life, China. Food or say food poison ya now want to me what China washing when you are serious very serious but something by no na any pebi dream say bia e konto pobana no kre no what China or son when you are yes I food poison ya oh
say your food poisoning or say your poison food oh nyamini
you want no na Captain Smart and any abreno so send your working ya now other people no wow Dominic interview or no any media ye to want see if you are so no more interview no it will come so was so we was so on say Captain Smart in a penna when you be brew
one no one
Nigel penna when you be brew
selective justice.
Also, we a woman of God. Woman of God. And I also when a year fed you who good at your gaze anymore. As a so I will be so I will say, yeah.
Oh, Nigel gazing, Nigel, I didn't so often a one channel, often a one channel. I bet Nigel gazing.
Anyway, what's one in a program that I find because we are here. What's the annual per man? What is what to say? Now, we didn't start away fake, no. Na ne suban ya papa no ana wo consider ne say ono so a man of God I wouldn't need a program together na where just I was so ye fake
John Kuma yere no o mama na beto ya wakasa ntem o mama na beto futuregu Ghana fo
yeah fresh papa we are kwasa me say na wo twekra ma you o we awada me boa ya wada be ni na wo twe let's see what you
yes, Nigel, I'm a reply that I'm going to be I could see a yo, my Georgina, and your thank you. Bye. Maybe I'm gonna for my face here. I'm going to Nigel Gazy interview. If I make a team, maybe better and make ne aid, ne dear no. Na ma hwehwe Nigel de sweet later enya me pɛ nwumre me nya ho ameba me tumi am so a ɔkyerɛ this is just too much for my head hey asemo hey MPP would never allow the truth to come out because the case as is now is very serious for the party. It's ya pane yere ne chow yes raw ye pa chow brabontina be kasa ma ye wan me say funny and pay me who say bo asasi radio na me say hey asasi radio nko so na de ade we beba asasi radio enya nwanwa akokra is it PR or say from a legal point of view, if the autopsy report is really true, then there's no case to pursue. But how do we know say the or minor menu ye free mono? Do you believe anything there? Or minor menu ye free mono? Ye bet me akofa autopsy report abechere ye say ya. Elso kan yankopon ye adom emye hu jonkuma dead body a. Ka obeso obi akra mfa bibia blade kura ntwa na ho ba bia. Ghana or mine Ghana. Oh. I didn't hear to me was our memo. ye bet me a printed ya bebo ha be kire yen. E na blade kura pink kura ye fe bi nti jonko ye fe bi nkura nti no honam yete ya be pae no. Akohwehwe bibia emu. Ghana. I mean, I say Prophet Nigel didn't spare her at all. He says he has all the videos and photos. And some. And my only prayer, I hope she has a good relationship with her in-laws. Because then also should hear boba. Mami, I see a friend Dr. Grace Buedri. Monsha and some appeal mami owu yechi. And Russia ne mami ne actress bino. Actress bino friend na Hayford no. Show mumi you know. It doesn't do her any favors, but she decided to do it. It's out in the public. So yes, we will do justice to Nenumun Sabono. Yeah, you stand corrected, and I'm a boy. You stand corrected. Into your okay, Bonnie, say I sent you Nigel's audio. Yeah, one person me me. Okay, Mary, audio. What's your number though? Okay, Bonnie, mehu. So copy the way na me way in it, no. I have to copy it and put it in my notes first before I can. Okay, so now let's click on it.
Design beautiful, effective emails like a pro with Siteground's new email marketing tool.
Looking to take the next step in your career? Then you have to get this AWS.
She has about 4 or 6 kids. She should not let me come and say anything prophetically, spiritually about them. You are disrespectful, you are rude. Where we? I feel the other one some more about so.
Hey, Ayeka. Nigel Gazy. Sabe catch on van the honchero. Oh, yeah, we are my way platform. Okay, Trends GH. Credit to you, Ominia. Yentie kakra bi ne yanko.
So me, after like 2-3 minutes with her, then I saw that she was on the phone. I don't know, said she deliberately took the phone. So then I said, she called man of God. Then I said, hey, Lily, I'm not from a man of God. First of all, Papa. Yes, I'm from a Papa. But I'll not lose my thoughts. And I'll say, man of God. I'll say, and then Lily, I'm from a Prophet Nigel, man of God. You used to call me Papa, and I'm your Papa. Sure. Then I realized that she was trying to be rude. She's very rude. Okay, so I realized that.
Mo fanya mo ho Ghana ho. Mo papa ro. Oh, say Papa. I feel benya dibia kakra bi no. Also wonya ne Papa biem. Ofra man of God. E ka fe na ko be fra Nigel. Ni kunu ye deputy finance minister. How about that? There be ni kunu ye deputy finance minister. Do you know who she is? Do you know who I am? Into from Papa, na a man of God. I think on the Nigel. Say so by Frau Nigel. And when nobody do what happen. And to us.
Okay, thank you. But tell your husband, and if Apostle Lily has the Holy Ghost and she reads the Bible I read, which is the Bible of God, Jacob, Abraham, and Isaac, she cannot tell me she did not meet me at Movenpick. Sure. I told her at Movenpick that I've had a revelation about the husband and that she should let the husband call me. Or she should tell me when I should call so as I'll give the revelation to your husband. Okay. That is in September. Yes. Now you can renew me UK visa. So I went. Then I saw again and I sent you. Now Lily is telling me that they should ignore the prophecy and that they were my friends and that material. The last time you, Lily, I spoke with your husband was when people came to my church 2015, 2016. I've never spoken to your husband. I've never spoken to you. I'm not in your bedroom. I'm not in your house. We don't have any common friend. So the sickness, I have no idea about any sickness. So when we push and you didn't allow us to talk to your husband, is it that you know something about the death of your husband? No, I'm just asking. Sure. Is it that you cannot tell me, you Lily Kuman, respectfully, you're a woman of God, so I'm trying to be circumspect. And you can't tell me that these facts are not true. No. I poured oil on you. I poured oil on you. Spoke on you. Sure. Spoke on you. Sometimes I said you wait 2-3 hours to see me. 31st, every prophet prophesied. So if I give you this.
Her husband is the deputy finance minister. Her husband was the deputy finance minister. She. Do you know who she is? Otunenaya police DH. I won't show it. Anyways, then I just saw police Ghana day. Oh my Ghana. Oh, Crowe. You see, ya set your foundation ni any dia bedru he. Enti no any abo pesa mutie we so ye trends GH. Aha, obetumi ahwe wo ho. Se me nua be ma platform no ya wo dia mama credit. Oh, trends GH. And some audios, videos. Me say and I make a me TV fear akora me John Kuma school platform. Or admit say na nanfufu obi no say na ya poison no. Me kora me kuta. Na nanfufu call Germany or no omukotwa omukosra na omukotwa photo. Me will be wa ha. Opokuware from Opokuware platform. Na me yoba ma nko Opokuware ti me yede me nya bi. When I'm Ghana for, and yes, I said, your point, I say, namaste. Said it, what kind of nabinum, or more quiet, your mouth, monsieur, and I show her. Okay. And then I make trouble. Let me do an anabi na yam fanko. Yamine hene. Ebe one day. Oh my Ghana. Okay. Bye-bye.
Tired of yada yada like complicated contracts? Join Metro, where there's not a yada yada.